So what then to make of boasting in this text? In today's context, it's not encouragement to somehow be full of ourselves or arrogant, because that's not who we're called to be as people of faith, as people living in a justified, aligned relationship with Christ. We instead are called to exalt or rejoice in who we are created to be in the image of God, to be confident, to be self-confident in that, to live with faith in oneself as being made in the image of God, uniquely gifted to be the people that God needs us to be in the world. Now, another way to say that is pride. I would be remiss in Pride Month in June if we didn't take another look at that verb translation from boast to rejoice, and that pride is another way we could look at it. Now, throughout the history of Christianity, of course, pride's considered one of the 7 deadly sins, amongst such other ones as envy and sloth and all the rest. And so pride, again, has oftentimes been taken to be a negative thing. But what we're not talking about here, we're not talking about self-aggrandizement. We're talking about self-confidence and really living out of that deep place of knowing oneself to be fully loved in the image of God and sharing that love with others. Pride in this sense, especially in the month of June, when we remember the history of the struggle for gay liberation and gay rights in our country. We remember the anniversary of the 1969 Stonewall riots and a series of gay liberation uprisings that happened after that, and how it was that the Black trans folk in the community rose up to work on the work of justice, and that's where the roots of pride began. This whole month of celebrating the civil rights struggle of the GLBTQIA community. Of course, here at Good Samaritan, we've been part of the reconciling movement for 30 years this spring. Can hardly believe that. Long before General Conference became fully inclusive a little more than a year ago. As we all well know, that was not always the case in our history. And so we think of all of this month about what it means to live with rejoicing in who we are. We remember the history that brought us to this place.